Do, 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 do. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Do we have sound now? Okay, good. Yep, I'm a smart one. Yas. No, not muted, just a moron. When you change one thing, Jenna, you gotta change everything. Okay, so as I was saying, but no one could hear, I was a couple of minutes late today because I got sucked into watching a supernatural video on YouTube. I mean, we've all been there, right? Yeah. Okay, so we all hopefully saw the post in the Facebook group today about the 2.5 hour 40 layer water bottle situation, and I'm not trying to put any of us through that. So I posted wanting to know what you guys wanted to do, and coffee won. So we're gonna do coffee. We can do coffee. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying you're gonna probably have to slow me down because this is one of those things that's a muscle memory thing because I draw a lot of coffee. So if I'm going too quick, you guys need to let me know. And I do have to try to adjust my little station here for my, my hunched over gremlin moment. So that's what we're gonna do. And it's also cold as balls. I had my heater on in my office while I was watching my Supernatural video. And then I realized, I was like, I'm going to have to turn this off. So now I'm going to get cold. Okay. So, who's not ready? Show of hands. Boing. Okay. So, we're going to do same stuff that we always do. Same brush, same Bren. Same brush, same canvas, square canvas. And then the only brushes that we're going to use for this is the liner brush and the soft airbrush. We might get a little fancy if you wanted to dip into one of the elements brushes, but that won't be till like the very last step. So right now we're just worried about a liner brush and an airbrush. Hey, Claudette. And I am putting my foot down on the yellow bombs because, I mean, coffee, it has a color. It's not yellow. So if someone decides that they're going to get me, they're going to have to wait until the end when we make it into the template. Because I cannot draw this with yellow. That's gross. All right, so let's get started. So we got our regular pen. And we're just going to draw a circle at about 30%. And then edit shape to make it an actual perfect circle. No. No. Then we're going to duplicate that layer. Hit our transform tool. Make sure it's set to uniform in the middle. And we're going to bring it in so it looks like this. It is really cold in here. See, you told me that last time. And then you got me with that neon green stuff. So I don't trust you. All right.
You son of a bitch.
Amanda, you ass. Okay, that ought to remind me. Okay. So next, I knew it would be those other, right? You were the one who got me. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Jerk. All right. So now we're going to dupe our bottom layer, which is the outside circle. And then for now, we're just going to turn it off because we're going to use that in a little bit. We're going to pinch the other two together like so. So now we have what looks like this. Then we're going to duplicate that. So now we have two of these. We're going to fill the bottom one in with black. I'm waiting for someone to tell me to slow down. Okay. And then I'm going to fill it in with an off-white, like a really light gray, just so that I can see it against the black background. Try that again, Jenna. So I can see it against the white background. Going to go up to the top one. And we're going to hit our blur. And I'm not going to blur this out a whole lot. Just about to there. But I am going to come over here and take the opacity way down to like 16. Then I'm going to go to our layer that we colored gray. I'm going to hit my selection tool. Make sure it's set to automatic on the bottom. And then I'm going to select in and outside so that I can get rid of the extra from this layer. And then I will pause and take a drink. Should I just keep going under the assumption that people are going to watch the replay, or should I slow so that people can follow along?
We gladly feast on those who would subdue us.
Yes. Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. On it. Okay. So now we're going to turn on this bottom circle. Remember, it is this one that we had hidden under there. I'm going to put it back where it was. And then I am going to... I'm going to color it black just so that we can match it. And then I'm going to copy that gray and color it that gray. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to hit plus for a new layer. I'm going to go to black. And I'm going to draw another circle inside here. And Procreate will smooth it down for you. So I'm going to hit circle, and then I'm just going to stretch it to the edges because we want a little bit of a shadow under the rim of the cup. So then I'm going to blur that pretty hard so that it's coming down like so. Then we're going to hit plus, so we're on top of that shaded layer, and we're going to draw another circle. We have a theme going here. And this one, you want it to be circle-ish, but it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle. It's like about to there. And I'm going to fill that one in again, but now I'm going to turn and pull out a coffee color. That looks good. Yeah, about like so. And then I'm going to do something that I rarely do. I'm going to find a yellow. And then I'm going to draw another circle. I might have to make this a thicker line. We'll see. And then I'm going to blur that one. I don't think I need a better line. I need a better yellow. Ew. Oops. Blech! like that. And I think I do need to thicken this line, so I'm just going to do that real quick. Dude, slow down. Hey, I asked and I got threatened.
Could be worse.
Oh, god dang it. Ignore this part. If you had drawn a thicker line, like I should have, then this would not be a thing. And then I'm going to blur it like that. There we go. Hey, Colleen. Neon pink. Oh, Bren, did you get me? Ugh. Got it. Okay, so now that I've done the outlines, I thought you said to keep going. Ah! Well, now we can have marshmallows in the coffee. Ew. Marshmallows is nasty. But if you remind me, we'll try to toss some in there. So I'm just going to change the colors of these to a brighter white. Not necessary, just preference. And I feel like this blur needs to be a little better. So I'm just going to add to it with a shading tool. Gross, Jenna. Don't screw it up.
I'm an Aquarius. I enjoy sunsets, long walks on the beach, and frisky women.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Distraction, y'all. There we go. Okay. I'm just adjusting this so it's touching the edge of the coffee. Like that. Hey, Jay. Hey, Katie. I mean, I get marshmallows, when they get liquidy, they get slimy, and that's unsettling for me. Slimy things are, they're weird. I can't do it. Okay, so we're going to add a little handle to our cup, and this is a lot easier than you would think. Oh my god, Angel and Buffy is delightful. I guess I should explain what I'm doing. So I'm just going to make a little arch. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Flip it horizontally. Merge them together. Connect them at the top. And then connect them down here. Down here doesn't matter because it's not going to be seen anyway. Stick it on our cup. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to paint the bottom one black. And then I'm going to swap it to that gray color just so we can see it. Video because I'm lost at the yellow blur. Yeah. This is honestly why I didn't think that doing the water bottle was a good idea. Because I had a feeling that this was going to be... that it would be too confusing. Because anytime I try or I start to do something that's a little more dimensional, it gets really confusing. So I'm just going to kind of squash this in a little bit. Like that. And now you can also duplicate this layer and then darken it and pull it out like this so that you have like a you can almost see the bottom handle. Oh, that's too dark. There we go. So you know what I'm talking about. Because typically when you have coffee, it'll have the bubbly, like when you pour it into a mug, it'll get like the foam around the outside. That's what that's supposed to represent, is a foamy edge. I mean, if you don't want it there, you don't have to do it. It just adds a little more realism to it. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So let's see. I'm going to select the coffee itself and then create a new layer and get the airbrush with black. And I'm just going to do a little bit of shading on it. And then I also want to add like a reflection into it. So you could make this really any shape you want to, because I'm going to blur it anyway. And then I'm going to take it quite a bit down like that. There we go. Definitely need coffee, dude, right? Seriously. Okay, so you can do as dark or as light as you want to, obviously, depending on how you like your coffee. I mean, if we're being real, a little bit darker over here for me. But, I mean, you can do it however. And then what I like to do, first of all, I'm going to straighten out this handle because I didn't realize it was so cranked. There we go. And then I'm going to select the handle, come back up to our shading layer, and just add a tiny bit right there. Yeah. I mean, that's different. You know, that's something too. But honestly, the simpler the better, especially for a stream, because I tend to go fast. So, all right. Two more things that we can do. Number one, I'm going to turn off my background layer, and I turned off the text that I had on there. I'm going to share this as a PNG and just hit copy. Then you can turn your layers back on, paste it, and then I'm going to take that completed layer to the bottom. So it's under our handles layer. Then I'm going to go to my brightness, take that down to 0. So now this should be a black layer that I can bring down here just a little, blur a little, and then bring the opacity down. And that's going to give it the shadow on the table kind of look. And you can also take your warp tool and kind of just pull out right here. It depends, like if you picture a light on something, if a light's directly overhead, you're going to have a minimal shadow. But if the light is coming down this way, then it's going to be, you know, a deeper shadow on one side of the object. So if you're working with pieces that have a lot of shadow depth to them, then you might want to make your coffee cup have a little more shadow depth to match whatever your spread looks like. So that's something to consider, not a requirement. I mean, honestly, it's probably better to make just a small shadow so it'll kind of go with anything. But if you wanted to add a little bit of realism to a spread, then you could do it that way. Hey, Shauna. Missed a lot in 20 minutes. I know, right? Okay. So basically at this point, you could be finished. Procreate does come with an elements section that has this brush called smoke. So you could do a little smoke moment and then lower that opacity if you wanted to have that kind of a look. It's hit or miss if I like it. Sometimes I like the clouds brush better, because you can do like that kind of a look. It looks a little more realistic, I suppose, less like a commercial, you know, like a commercial piece. You don't want to necessarily have that. But that's not a necessary step. That's something you can do if you decide you want to. Another thing you can do if you decide you wanted to is you could add things like little bubbles. This is a little more of a pain, so I'm not going to mess with it, but you can do that. And then lastly, what we can do is we can put a clipping mask above these white layers. So if I hit plus, tap this layer and hit clipping mask, and do that above all of the main cup pieces. So we should have 3. We might have to adjust the handle too, but we're not going to mess with that yet. So if I do that, then I can... Amanda, what's your code? Thank you! We're going to turn this into a hideous yellow at Amanda's request. Thank you. FFFFB3. FFFFB3. Oh, that's pretty yellow. Okay. Oh. So you would drop this onto the clipping mask layers. Yeah, see? Now I'm going to take it and, here. Bring the brightness down just a little bit. And then drop that one on top of our cup handle layer. In fact, I'm going to bring it down a little more. Not that far. Every time, dude. Every time. There we go. Oh, okay. Cool. How are you? How are you feeling? I can appreciate that. This is very, like, Peeps. You know Peeps, the little nasty marshmallow peep thing? Yeah, I'm talking about Peeps. Easter Peeps. Right? It's Peeps yellow. Yeah, right? Now, another thing that you could do is you could go to right above your coffee shading layer here. Take a different color, like maybe a lighter tannish color. And then this driven snow brush makes a pretty good sprinkles brush. So you could add like little flecks of things in there. I just finished another clamshell design, so I'll make sure to do it in an old world map style. Hey, Happy! Okay, so let's see what it looks like with Bren's color. Alright, what do we got? Let's see. EA0AB3. E0AB3. Wow. Feel all Aussie-ish, right? Oh, she's bright. So then again, for the handle, I'm going to bring the brightness down just a bit and drop it on that layer. Maybe a little more. I do this every time. Jenna, just leave well enough alone. Oh, that's okay. Oh, wow. That's bright. That's bright. Oh, gosh, Katie. Yikes. Ouch. Let's see if we can do something marshmallowish. I haven't had a lot of experience drawing marshmallows, so we're gonna We're going to try this together, okay? All right, so marshmallows. So basically just fluffy, fat rectangle things. Maybe we'll try to do a couple of styles and see. And I cannot instruct y'all how to draw marshmallow because I don't know how. This is a learning experience for me too. Okay. I feel like, don't marshmallows have like some kind of a, that kind of a situation happening? Gross. Okay, let's try to do one that's sticking out of the... Katie, yeah. Okay, so maybe something like this. I feel like I'm like draw something hedratron. Okay, the base of this I'm gonna hide anyways, but I'm still... I mean, ish. I mean, it's kind of close, right? What did I miss? Everybody's talking. It definitely looks more like hot chocolate now. Favorite so far. Oh, welcome! That's awesome. I know, right? Hey, I did not pick this pink. That was Bren. Right? I mean, honestly, marshmallows are clearly not my jam. Ooh, you know what might be fun? Now we're just playing. Bren did it! You point at her, not me. Okay, so we're going to take a Davy body. No, we're not. Wrong one. Oh, that's right. Okay. A Davy body stampy. For all I preach about do everything on its own layer, I constantly freaking do that. Thanks a lot, Crystal. Jesus Christ. That scared me. Oh, gosh. How many times is that's gotten me now?
If I see something I haven't seen before, I'll throw $1 at it.
I can't. Why is he so beautiful? Okay. Wrong brush, didn't I?
I'm an Aquarius. I enjoy sunsets, long walks on the beach, and frisky women.
That's so tasty. Oh my goodness. Grrr. Okay. This is why I can't concentrate. Delicious. Very delicious. Working outside and Crystal sneezed and scared the crap out of me. She told me about that. Hell, if it's cute and I have seen it, I'll throw $1 at it again. Right? That's awesome. Okay. Did I not center that right? No, I didn't, did I? Pay attention, Jenna. That's closer. Okay. All right, so now trying to find something to match this pink. Whoo! Whoo! Freaking heart attack. Let's see. How about, I don't know, blue? Okay. Okay, now with Procreate, when you're when you're shading, you also have the option to hold and the line tool will pop up. So you can make more precise shadings with the line tool. Telling you guys, I'm not used to drawing sitting upright. My gremlin pose is it's a lot of the process I'm learning. Yup. Trying to give this a going into the coffee moment. I will take the drink. Just give me a second. Is it these dumb little flake things getting in my way?
Hail to the queen!
Hail to the queen! That's close enough. Huh. I used Amanda's yellow. I used Amanda's yellow first. Neon purple, right? Better than neon yellow. I'm not gonna lie about that. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Need ripples at the bottom of the stick. Is that what I'm missing? Okay, let's try that. They need to be a little lighter. Oh, wrong layer, Jenna. Maybe if I moved this entire enterprise elsewhere. Like there-ish. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it! See, this is why I like to do a dry run before... What the frick happened down there? Before I do stuff for the stream. Oops, what did I just do? That's better. Not perfect, but better. There we go. Punch me in the face, pink. Crystal's neon purple. Okay, let's... Oh, Crystal, we got one. Get him. B026FF. B026FF. That's pretty neon. What is it with y'all and neons? Oh my god, this looks like my 6th grade notebook. Thanks a lot, yes! Crystal. Very much Lisa Frank. Oh, for... It's great. I don't remember what Amanda's yellow was. Oh, that's the yellow of the coffee cup. Oh, what about teal? There we go. That's bright. Yes, exactly. Very, very pretend 80s. Not real 80s, though. Wow. Hey, Erin. That's pretty bright. That's pretty bright. All right. Put my sunglasses on. That's a bright purple. Yeah, right? Yeah, Debbie Gibson or Tiffany. Oh, I loved Tiffany. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for this one sad marshmallow floating around in here. Oh, I just distorted it. Distorted it. There's a baby one. And then I can't do things in threes because that's not even, so we gotta have one more. Oh, burgundy would be pretty. Okay, let's do one that Jenna would actually use. Of course, if it was literally my cup, it would have supernatural characters all over it. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of going, oh no. Gooey friends. I feel like this marshmallow is like, it needs to be brighter if it's going to sit there. I'm judging our marshmallow friends.
Oh no!
Why are these so loud today? Goodness. Just gonna hear the oh. Oh, yeah, yellow bomb is the bad word one. Oh, you mean directly from me? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are savage. That scared me though. I jumped. This kind of looks like my version of what Christmas coffee would look like. It did. It's totally saying that. See, I can't get the top view of a marshmallow in my head. Marshmallows are gross. So I can't picture it. All I can picture is the peeps. One day we're going to count how many times we can make you jump. Well, we're on like 3 now, right? Let's see. See, I cannot picture. I need to look up what marshmallows look like. Don't judge me, you guys. This is so stupid. Marshmallow. Oh, ew. They're as bad as I remember. Hydration. That is not a challenge. That is not a challenge at all. Ew. Clearly I'm 12. But why they gotta look so wrinkly? Ew. Here's one with a frowny face, and I'm really feeling that. Okay, let's see. Marshmallows. I mean, I guess I can try to do it. Oh, whoops, not on that layer. Did it again. Who drinks marshmallows and coffee? See, I feel like it would have to kind of go like that. But correct. Jenny can draw a line. It's too big.
You son of a bitch.
Right when I can't swear, huh? Y'all are savage, and I see that. Okay, so if I fade this off at the bottom. Oh, turn off the... See, I feel like it needs to have like a definite line of cutoff. I'm going to try it, and it's going to look shitty, but I just need to try it. 2 layers, Jenna, 2 layers.
I'm an Aquarius. I enjoy sunsets, long walks on the beach, and frisky women.
Yum. Oops. Was that the right layer? Marshmallows are not my thing, clearly. Wrong layer. Again. I hate it. It does not want to top down. That's what it is. Because if I make it go like that, it doesn't look right. But if I make it look like that, it doesn't look right. You know what? Fuck it. No, I don't want that marshmallow in here. I'm gonna have to practice freaking marshmallows. I hate it. Hi, Michelle. I agree. Marshmallows don't belong in coffee at all. Fuck each and every one of those. Now it looks nice again. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, we made coffee. Yay! I want this cup. And I really want these stirry things. I need those in real life. You know, I have spoons that are shaped like skulls. They're so cute. No! Screw each and every one of them. I hate them. Marshmallows are nasty. That's right. That's exactly right. I'll be like, hold on. Let's see. We get an actual pen. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. That's awesome. Oh, I colored all over them. See? I know. No! Thanks a lot, Crystal. Thanks, Crystal. I had a 3D printer, I'd print you some. Dude! That's a good selling point for getting a 3D printer. Just saying. That is a good... I'll pass that on to the husband. I have no idea. Whoa, no idea what a Glowforge is, but I'm looking it up. Ew, marshmallows. Glowforge. Oh, dang. Holy crap. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. I've seen these. Wow, that's fancy. Dude, same. I rarely use mine either. Oh, that's... I had never heard of them. That's really cool. But same as you, Amanda. I rarely use my Cricut. Rarely. I got one when I used to do jewelry. Before I started doing planning stuff, I used to do jewelry stuff, and I would use my Cricut for that. But I haven't, seriously, have not used it in so long. I think the last time, Crystal, was when I sent you that package. I'm pretty sure that's the last time I used it. And that was like, God, a year ago? More than? That was a long time ago. I'm kind of feeling our coffee moment here. Oh, okay. I used to do, like, I made some vinyl cutouts and stuff. I have one on my car. It's a Supernatural logo. I thought Glowforge was something for Minecraft. It kind of sounds like it would be, right? Or like a developer company, because there's a company called Playforge. And that's what it first reminded me of. That's awesome. Shut up. I haven't gotten to play it all today, but I did get the Quins done for February. So, pat on the back for me. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. Fun. See, I made some shirts it was a while ago now, and they're still in rotation. Caleb has one with a mushroom on it that says "Fun Guy." I think Lachlan has one with his name on it and little ninjas. I'm trying to imagine our laundry. That's a bad thing. I don't want to do that. So, okay, heads up, people. In case any of you haven't heard yet, Saturday's Patreon stream is postponed until next Saturday because I'm getting my booster on Thursday. Now, they told me to expect a similar reaction with the booster to the first, the initial vaccination. And my reaction to the initial vaccination sucked. I was down. Mandy, help me remember. I was down for like 5 or 6 days. I want to say it was closer to 6. Oh, mine too. Mine did too. It was hell. It'll be at noon Central Time on the 22nd. So, theoretically, I'm hoping to still be here for Sunday's pajama planning. But just a heads up now, if I'm not, that's why. I will try to keep everybody posted, with more notice than 10 minutes beforehand. But I'm planning to be down. So I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done now, so that I can have that time without, the hell. Yeah, I was sitting because they made us wait for, I think, 20 minutes before they would let us go, just to make sure that nobody had a reaction. This is when I got the first vaccine. And yeah, they had us just sitting here kind of doing this the whole time we were there. And oh my gosh, it freaking hurt to lay on that arm. The worst part for me of the entire thing was the bone pain. I had severe bone pain for like 10 days. That was the worst. I had the fever, I had the chills, I had the feel like you got hit by a truck feeling, but literally the bone pain was the worst. It was the worst. I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson. That's the one I got before, and they recommended that I get that one again because I didn't have obviously any kind of unexpected reaction to it. And I have a lot of medication allergies. So if it worked before, we're going with it again. So, but the good thing is, I was looking up, gosh, I want to say this was like a month ago, if not more now. I was trying to find a place to get my booster. And they didn't have any. I think the closest that they had was, I want to say, a 2-hour drive one way. So it would have been a 4-hour round trip. So, yeah, not looking, I wasn't looking to do that. But then the one that I finally did find, it is like literally 1.5 miles from my house. So I was like, hell yes. Yeah, Barbie, the shot does not mean you don't get it. That's not what it's for. It is to lessen the severity of the symptoms if you do get it. And that's good for me. That is good for me. So, yeah, a lot of people you hear, they're like, oh, you're going to still get it even if you get the vaccine. Great, but you're not going to get it as bad. And I'm like, you know what? With what this has done to members of my family personally, I'll take it. So, I mean, obviously everybody has their own choice. It's just, this is mine. And it really feels weird to be like, sign me up to feel like shit for a week. Not looking forward to that part. That part's gonna suck. So I am postponing the Patreon stream because that's obviously something that I need to be very cognizant for. So that'll be the 22nd. I'm hoping to be here for the pajama planning stream. Exactly, Jay. Exactly. I mean, it's your call, Barbie. I'm not any kind of doctor. I just, for my family, this is the right choice. So, yeah. Lachlan's still too young to get it. And then Caleb has not been offered it yet because of, I guess, availability. But, because they had said that they were, at one point they were saying it was 11 to 18 or to 17. But when they called us, they said, that he had to be 12, and he's not. He won't be 12 till April. Compared to the COVID shot. Yeah, I've heard that too. Exactly. My, right, Bryn, yeah, exactly. That's what I had thought, but that's not here yet. Or at least not available for us specifically yet. So yeah, when they had called, they were offering the 12 and up one, and he doesn't qualify for that one. So we're on the lists. We're on the lists. And yeah, my aunt lives in Washington State, and she opted not to get the shot because she didn't feel like going to get it, and now she's they're giving her a couple of months because of COVID. So, and because of the hospital situation, they had to send her home because there's nothing they can do. So, Yep. It's pretty messy. Nothing I want to deal with in my house, I'll tell you that right now. Especially, like, I see other people, you know, like, even in the community now. I know Shauna's sick. I know Julie's sick. Heidi's sick. It's like, oh, it's scary. Oh my gosh, Arizona has been so bad. It's been so bad. Even like when all this first started happening, I remember Arizona was just like, it was a mess. Yeah, yeah, it's horrible. It is horrible. And I mean, for me, I I had the first one, and I was sick. Right? I was sick for a week, and it's still it's better than what I saw my aunt go through. 14K a day here too. Ugh. She's Bren's in Arizona. I mean, everybody knew. Everybody knew that the spike was going to happen at the beginning of January because everybody was traveling for the holidays. So I you see all these people. I'm so surprised. I'm like, how? How are you surprised? this this is how it happened. It's sad. It really sucks that this is our reality. I mean, you figure the entire timeline of humanity, and we got right here. I mean, I guess it could be worse, you know, like the bubonic plague or anything like that, but right, Julie? Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting mine on Thursday, and then my husband's getting his, I think, next Wednesday. Oh, I saw something about Australia. Yeah, Shauna, I have a girlfriend in Colorado, not Colorado, in Portland, who got, oh gosh, she got it, I want to say 3 weeks after being vaccinated, and still is having issues with taste. But her doctor said, you know, if she's having symptoms this bad after having been vaccinated, she probably would have been in a hell of a lot of trouble if she hadn't been. Mm, sad. Whoa. What part of Australia? I had heard that this is a while ago, but I had heard that Australia was handling it really well. Or was it New Zealand? Maybe it was New Zealand. Oh man, Shauna, that blows. Okay, okay. That's scary. That's scary. I don't like it. Really? Wow. I'm content to stay in my little house bubble, you guys. I'm just I'm not I don't handle illness well on the best of days. So, mm-mm. Like any more soap? What? Right, Michelle, I had heard that too. But isn't it it's milder but it's more contagious? 6 months, damn. Well, yeah, I mean if one person in the household is out, then obviously there's a hole in the bubble, but I mean, people can't not work, you know. I fully get that. That sucks. Is Tyler still okay, Shauna? And did you really lick soap? Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear it. I am so glad to hear that. Say my house bubble. Yeah, exactly. Yep. We do. We are very house bubbly. Oh, Julie, really? Good. I know, right? I'm like, what's this soap thing about? How's he doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's scary. I can't. Yikes. Yeah, same. We don't either. It's just not. I'm already kind of paranoid about Thursday. I'm like, ugh. Thankfully, it's like I said, it's just a mile away. I'm gonna wear my mask. I'm not gonna be stupid about it, and it's not in like a hospital setting. It's just like a pop up place. So you can start blowing bubbles. Ew, gross. Yeah, right? I mean, I've had like head colds or sinus infections to the point where I couldn't taste anything. And it's not good. I can't imagine it for like long term. That would be so horrible. Not gonna lie though, I might consider doing it too. It's like, you know how when you have like a sore or something, or like you bite your cheek and you have to keep poking it with your tongue to see if it still hurts. It's like kind of the same thing. Whoa. Oh my goodness, that's so horrible. Bren, you keep that negativity to yourself. Ugh, no way. All right, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and peace on out of here because it is after 6 o'clock and I got to get my little children hosed off. So, all right. Well, hopefully we can come back on Sunday. If not, I will definitely get the word out. So, yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome week. And if anybody recreates the coffee cup, let me know. And there's Lila before I forget. Again. Hey, I remembered. Last second, but I remembered. I'll hold up for a second so you guys can download. Dang, I need to put some jammies on. Thank you. All right, people. I will be in touch and yeah, make the coffee and then tag me in it. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.